Have you ever stopped to ponder, what exactly does it mean to be mature? It's a question that may seem simple on the surface, but in reality, it's a concept that's as complex as the human mind itself. Maturity. It's a word that's often thrown around in our society, usually in correlation with age. Turning 18, you're expected to be mature. Reached your mid-20s, you should definitely be mature by now. But is maturity truly a byproduct of our chronological age, or is it something deeper, something more intrinsic to our personal growth and understanding? Let's unravel this concept together. The dictionary defines maturity as the state of being fully grown or developed. But we all know that humans are much more intricate than a simple dictionary definition. Maturity in the broader sense is about emotional growth, mental development, and the ability to handle life's ups and downs with grace and wisdom. Now here's a common misconception. Many people equate maturity with seriousness. They believe that being mature means being solemn, no nonsense, all business. But that's not necessarily true. Maturity is about understanding when to be serious and when to let loose and have fun. It's about balance. It's about knowing that life is not always black and white, but a beautiful palette of grays. We often hear people say, grow up or act your age. However, age does not necessarily equate to maturity. You can be a teenager and show immense maturity, just as you can be in your 40s and still have a lot of growing up to do. Maturity is not an overnight process. It's a journey, a continuous process of learning and evolving. So why is maturity important? It's because maturity helps us navigate life's complexities. It allows us to make wise decisions, to empathize with others, and to face challenges with courage and resilience. As we delve into this topic, we'll explore the signs of maturity in boys and girls, showing that maturity extends beyond physical changes. When it comes to boys, signs of maturity can often be misunderstood or overlooked. One of the first signs of maturity in boys is emotional intelligence. It's not just about being able to identify and express their feelings, but also understanding and responding to the feelings of others. This might be noticed in the way a boy starts to handle disagreements with friends or siblings. Instead of resorting to anger or withdrawal, he may start to use words to express his feelings and seek resolution. Another sign of maturity is responsibility. Have you noticed a young man starting to take initiative, perhaps doing his homework without being asked, or taking care of his younger siblings? This sense of responsibility, of doing what needs to be done without being told, is a clear sign of growth and maturity. Self-control is also a key indicator. Boys who are maturing often show signs of being able to manage their impulses better. Whether it's resisting the urge to play video games all night or choosing to eat healthier, these decisions demonstrate a level of self-discipline that is a cornerstone of maturity. And let's not forget empathy. As boys mature, they start to show more understanding and concern for others. They become more aware of how their actions impact those around them, and they start to consider other people's feelings before acting. This shift from a self-centered perspective to a more outward-focused one is a significant sign of emotional growth and maturity. These signs of maturity in boys, however, are not one-size-fits-all. They can manifest in different ways and at different times. Some boys may develop emotional intelligence earlier, while others may demonstrate responsibility first. It's important to remember that every boy is unique and will mature at his own pace. Though these signs may vary in each individual, they collectively point towards a pivotal point in a boy's life, the journey towards becoming a mature man. Just like boys, girls also show distinct signs of maturity, some of which might surprise you. Let's begin with emotional understanding. As girls mature, they start to display a deeper understanding of their emotions. They become more empathetic, sensitive to the feelings of others, and are generally better at expressing their emotions in a healthy way. This emotional intelligence is a vital part of maturity, as it paves the way for meaningful relationships and effective communication. Next comes self-awareness. A maturing girl starts to understand her strengths and weaknesses, her likes and dislikes. She's no longer swayed by peer pressure or the need to fit in. Instead, she embraces her individuality and learns to respect the uniqueness of others as well. This self-awareness is critical in fostering self-confidence and a positive self-image. Responsibility is another hallmark of maturity. As girls mature, they start taking responsibility for their actions. They understand the concept of consequences and are willing to face them. This extends to their personal spaces too, like keeping their rooms tidy or managing their time effectively. A sense of responsibility instills a sense of accountability, an attribute that's key to personal and professional success. Lastly, we have resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and the way one handles these challenges is a clear sign of maturity. A mature girl understands that setbacks are a part of life. She doesn't crumble under pressure, but rather learns from her mistakes and bounces back stronger. This resilience not only helps her overcome obstacles, but also equips her with the mental fortitude to navigate life's complexities. So, emotional understanding, self-awareness, responsibility, and resilience. These are some of the signs you might notice as a girl matures. But remember, these signs are not definitive. Every girl is unique, and her journey towards maturity will be different. These signs, though not absolute, mark the transition from girlhood to womanhood, a journey filled with growth and self-discovery. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? The journey is as important, if not more, than the destination. So, we've talked about the signs of maturity in boys and girls, but how do they compare? The signs of maturity in boys and girls are both similar and different in many ways. Let's dive into the comparison, shall we? Now, on one hand, both boys and girls show signs of emotional maturity when they start to demonstrate empathy towards others, show responsibility in their actions, and exhibit a better understanding of the consequences of their decisions. They start to think about their future, prioritize tasks, and become more self-reliant. These are universal signs of maturity that transcend gender differences. On another note, there are certain signs of maturity that tend to manifest differently in boys and girls due to societal expectations and biological factors. Boys often demonstrate maturity through increased physical strength and a more defined sense of self-identity. They become more independent, start to take on leadership roles, and exhibit a greater sense of responsibility. Girls, on the other hand, often show maturity through emotional development and increased social awareness. They become more empathetic, start to develop deeper relationships, and show a heightened sense of responsibility towards others. But remember, these are general observations and not hard and fast rules. Maturity can't be put into neat little boxes. Everyone's journey is unique. Some boys may show signs of maturity earlier than some girls, and vice versa. Some might show more emotional maturity, while others might show more social or intellectual maturity. The key is to understand that maturity is not about reaching a certain age or ticking off a checklist of traits. It's about personal growth and understanding. It's about becoming the best version of oneself, irrespective of whether you're a boy or a girl. So, while it's interesting to compare and contrast the signs of maturity in boys and girls, let's not forget that each individual's journey is unique. While there are distinct differences in the signs of maturity between boys and girls, it's important to remember that maturity is not a competition but a personal journey. As we wrap up, let's summarize our main points about the signs of maturity. We've taken a deep dive into the signs of maturity in both boys and girls, and it's clear that the signs are as diverse as the individuals themselves. When it comes to boys, maturity often manifests itself in a newfound sense of responsibility and a shift in priorities. They start to show empathy and understanding towards others, and they begin to value meaningful relationships over superficial ones. They understand the importance of honesty and integrity, and they're not afraid to stand up for what they believe in. For girls, maturity tends to reveal itself in a similar way. They too start to exhibit a heightened sense of responsibility, and they begin to form deeper, more meaningful relationships. They become more self-aware and self-reflective, and they develop the ability to view situations from different perspectives. They're not afraid to express their emotions, and they show a strong sense of empathy and understanding towards others. However, it's crucial to remember that maturity is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's a personal journey that varies from individual to individual. Each person matures at their own pace, and there's no right or wrong time to reach a certain level of maturity. It's about personal growth and understanding, rather than conforming to societal expectations. So, whether you see these signs of maturity in yourself or not, don't be hard on yourself. Maturity is not a race, it's a journey. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, and that takes time. It's about learning from your experiences, growing from your mistakes, and becoming a better person with each passing day. In conclusion, maturity is not about age, it's about personal growth and understanding. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, and that's something to be proud of. So wherever you are on your journey, embrace it, for it's your unique path to maturity. Remember, maturity is not determined by age, but by personal growth and understanding. So wherever you are on your journey, embrace it, for it's your unique path to maturity.